Hey pessoas, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo. Hoje iremos reagir Joui Jouki, MARCADO PELA MORTE from Chrono. I'm really excited to listen to this song. Not only it's because it's from my boy Chrono, but I think Joey is probably the most interesting character in the entire series. I think his personality and the way that he thinks is really interesting. And I think he's just a relatable character, especially for me because I'm also Asian and I know that Joey is half Japanese. So I really like that. I like the diversity among everyone in the cast. So I'm very excited. Let's get into it.
Escute todas as músicas do Drop a ordem de forma cronológica para melhor experiência. Link da playlist na descrição.
Existe algo que separa o mundo real, protege nosso lado do paranormal. Eu sei porque eu sofri, eu sei por quem eu perdi. Obrigado, Tiago e Liz, mas a escolha que eu fiz pra que ninguém sofra o que eu sofri, eu irei com você. A ordem agora se torna meu lar. Não fico parado se posso ajudar. A equipe é formada pra salvar. Existe algo estranho aqui nesse lugar. Amigos que fiz, mas não pude salvar o Chris. Eu sei que não é certo me culpar, mas eu vi tanta gente sofrer. Então sigo a me perguntar, quando vejo o Thiago morrer, como posso ser melhor pra não decepcionar ninguém? Arthur e César só sobrou nós, já que Ali sumiu também. Essa é a ordem da desconjuração. Katana nas mãos, vocês são meus irmãos, devemos encontrá-la. Mas isso não passa de uma manipulação. É uma armação pra encurralá-la. Escriptas malditos, brincando com outro lado. Nem me mover consigo, porque eu sou tão fraco. Katana.
That instrumental is so amazing. I really love pianos. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. But this piano is so amazing. I love how it's both emotional and powerful. I think this fits Joey's character really well. Joey is absolutely a powerful character. But what's also amazing about Joey is he has a lot of issues that he tries to deal with. And unfortunately, his solution to those issues is often hurting him more than helping him, I think. He even says in the song how he knows that he shouldn't blame himself, but he can't stop feeling guilty. He constantly thinks that he needs to get better so he doesn't disappoint anyone. He needs to get better so no one gets hurt. And he talks about everyone that has died, and obviously that has affected him. So I really love this piano right now. It is powerful, and Chrono's voice is really amazing right now. Just like the piano, his voice is a perfect mix of power but also sadness.
Porque eu sou tão fraco. Katana afiada, me diga que é mentira. Alice foi assassinada e a culpa é minha. Eu juro por tudo, Gal, você não terá sorte. Eu juro por tudo, Gal, você vai conhecer a morte. Mascarandado, eu preciso ser bem melhor. Todo semblante mudou pra te fazer sofrer o pior. Uma casca vazia, mortes me fizeram uma pessoa fria. Eu juro que eu irei me vingar do Kian. Marcado pela morte, Joui Jouki. Incapaz, eu fui de os proteger. Eu quero mais ver ninguém morrer. Se eu posso salvar, sei o que fazer. Eu aceito tratos e você os proteger. As únicas eu juro que eu tentei ser forte até o fim. Mas enquanto eu estiver de pé, vou lutar pra salvar quando que eu puder. As sombras me acolherão, uma máscara guia. Eu não me lembrarei de nada, somente dessa raiva.
I think that aspect of Joey's character is really interesting. I'm actually a little bit confused on what the deal was. I know that he made a deal with some other group that if he went with them, the rest of the organization would be safe. So hopefully in the comment section, you all can tell me about more context about what this deal was, because this was mentioned so many times throughout everyone's stories. Everyone talks about the moment when Joey left the group. So if you all can tell me about more about what this deal was and why it was so important, that would be amazing as well. But I really like this. It seems like Chrono is going to get a little bit more aggressive, add a little more power to his voice. So I'm very excited to see what he does.
Não sou o mesmo de antes.
Ooh.
Veja agora meu semblante. Me lembro de ser uma pessoa boa, mas isso tá tão distante. Escritas morrem e o tempo passa. Vem de minha alma, me torno uma casca. E dentro das sombras, direto pra caça. Sou sua maior ameaça. Eu sinto tanta raiva que nem sei como lidar com esse instinto assassino me mandando te matar. Eu disse para você que você não teria sorte. Eu jurei para você que seria conhecer a morte. Jurei matar todos vocês. Não me esqueço do que você fez. Vê-lo novamente é um prazer. Mas Arthur, onde tá o Kaiser? Nada faz sentido mais. O que eu ganhei com essa troca? Nem assim eu fui capaz. Droga. Busquei.
So there's a lot of things that I want to talk about with this specific section. First off, I love the mixture of the different instruments that were used. Obviously, we have that piano, which I still love, but I love how we also get a little bit of a flute and some of these other stringed instruments. Both of them seem like inspired by Eastern instruments. It reminds me of, the flute from Naruto and the old Chinese stringed instruments in most Chinese movies. So I really love that. It's that mixture of Joey's backgrounds. Obviously, being half Japanese, I really love that. Secondly, I love the rage that Chrono uses. His rage is completely different from how other artists perceive or how other artists use rage in their music. I love how he starts off with a slower tone and it's serious, and then he starts to yell and starts to scream. I really love Chrono's style, I think. Chrono's style is a mixture of rage, but it's also a mixture of desperation and sadness. Even the parts where he's like screaming at himself, like he's frustrated with himself, I really love that because it's completely different from what other artists do when talking about anger. It's easy to write about anger when you are angry at someone else, but when that anger is mostly focused on yourself, you get an entirely different emotion, and the way you show that, the way you express it is going to be completely different. So I really love that from Chrono. It's really amazing.
Droga, droga! Eu busquei o certo de forma errada. Eu manchei de sangue minha espada. Que ou por quê? Veríssimo, eu sou um guerreiro e sempre vou lutar por aqueles que se foram. Vou continuar. Entrarei no seu jogo, mas você não vai me convencer até o final. Eu prometi salvar a todos, mas saiba que isso não se aplicaria ao grau. Arthur, me entenda, você não aprendeu nada. Você abandonou a gente. Podia ter salvo o Kaiser. Ele matou Alice na minha frente. Isso é imperdoável. Vou tomar minha atitude. Eu não vou ficar parado. Fica parado. Não mais trago pela raiva. Não preciso mais da máscara. Não mais uma casca vazia. Ordo realidade versus Kian. Tudo culpa sua. Você morre aqui. Marcado para que sucumba. Se no cague. Eu me
Chrono, what are you doing? Here's the thing. Everyone knows that I love a good screaming. I love it when artists scream, okay? And obviously, I've listened to a bunch of artists who scream on their music. Chrono does it really well, but in such a different way. This is what I mean by being able to express emotions is so difficult because emotions are complex. Rage isn't the same thing as frustration, and I think Chrono knows this difference, especially when he's talking about the disagreement with Arthur. Hearing Arthur and Joey yell at each other, I love it when you can tell that they're not technically angry, they're just frustrated. And hearing Chrono able to, he just embodies that energy of frustration, and especially like this entire segment is really amazing. So I kind of want to listen to it again.
Não preciso mais da máscara. Não mais uma casca vazia. Ordo realidade versus Kian. Tudo culpa sua. Você morre aqui. Marcado para que sucumba. Se no cague. Eu me digo o que aconteceu. Meus olhos infantis em um desespero do céu. Isso é por cada amigo que um dia já morreu. Então aqui declaro que você perdeu. Eu peço perdão, a vingança me cegou. Fica nas suas mãos, pois foi só você que restou. Mesmo que eu morra, eu parto sorrindo. No final não fui um fraco. É um adeus, meus amigos. Domo, awarimasu. Máscara andando, eu preciso ser bem melhor. Todo semblante mudou pra te fazer sofrer o pior. Como uma casca vazia, mortes me fizeram uma pessoa fria. Eu juro que eu irei me vingar do Kian. Marcado pela morte, Joui Jouki. Eu nunca fui um herói. O herói foi o Kaiser. Eu sempre me vi mais como um guerreiro. Dessa vez o adeus não é brincadeira, Arthur. Karina, Rubens, Dante, Veríssimo, obrigado por tudo que fizeram por mim. E eu não enxergo mais nada.
That's incredible. I love it. I love including that small little monologue at the end. I imagine that was from the actual show. So I like that. It's paying respect to the source material. And this is why I really love Joey. Joey is such an amazing character. And I think that's because I really love his dynamic with Arthur. I love how we get to see both sides of what emotions can do to you. You have Arthur, who isn't afraid to show emotion, and that allowed him to be sensitive and that allowed him to make better decisions, I think. However, Joey tried not to show emotion. He was always cold. And even though he felt these emotions, he always tried to hide it with the mask. So this led him to being unable to express those emotions and being just making awful decisions just because he wasn't able to express them beforehand, and all those emotions just blinded him. So Chrono did a fantastic job with Joey's character. And I was actually starting to get really emotional at the end because that's one of the best parts about story. I love feeling a connection with these characters, and the music just makes my connection with the characters even stronger. So, a fantastic job from Chrono. Probably one of his best songs, I think. It's not his best song, in my opinion, just because I really love his Val Evergarden song a lot more. And that's just a personal opinion of mine. But I could tell a lot of people really love this from Chrono. And I think it's probably one of Chrono's best songs. So if you don't know Chrono, or if you aren't already subscribed to him, please do. Chrono is a fantastic artist, and he's just an amazing guy. So please make sure you subscribe to Chrono. Also, thank you all so much for watching, and make sure I have all these videos in the description down below. And make sure you support everyone. Make sure you support DiLucx. Make sure you support Chrono, and make sure you support every other artist who I've listened to and every other artist who I will listen to. So, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all in my next Ordem Paranormal reaction. Until then, op ka po assistir. Simply ordinary. Howdy.